Hello, chess grandmaster from every in the world in this country. Okay, welcome to the Samurai Chess. In this video, I just want to talk to you about the 4 consecutive traps that you can try in your game win the King's Gambit opening. Okay, without further ado, let's just go. Let's check it. This one. Okay, the first one. I just gonna say this is how to win the queen or getting your opponent into the checkmate pattern. Okay, how this one is go work? Okay, we do try e4, e5, knight f3, not knight f3, king's gambit is f4, right? Yeah. And then in this position, black actually didn't take the pawn on f4, but instead he goes for bishop to c5, goes for king gambit decline, the classical variation, to attack on the g1 knight, and also open up the queen to the h5, h4 square. Okay, in this position we can play knight f3, and then why did we play knight f3 actually? To prevent queen to come to h4 check, and also we attack the pawn on e5 two times with the pawn and with the knight, right? Now, okay, after that, this position black defend by playing d6, and we prepare c3 to prepare for d4 in the next move. Okay, in this position, black play for queen e7, actually still eyeing up on the same file with our king, so he can attack as fast as he can with the black pieces. We don't really care about that, we could still play for d4, and then after takes, he takes, and as you can see in this position, black actually has to be real careful with this pawn on e4, because it seems free, but we know we are gonna punish him if he takes. As you can see in this game, black takes the pawn and check our king, so the king has to auto defense the king, but instead we goes for king f2. We are running my our king, and then black actually still in the threat because the bishop on c5 is attacked by our pawn on d4. If takes, actually we have to defending move to defending pieces, so we are just gonna win the game if he takes. So he goes for bishop b6 to run of the d4 pawn, and we insert some check, nasty check, bishop to b5, boom, and this is how you win the game. If you're playing c6, actually you could play rook to e1, and you can see the queen is on e4 is gonna hang in the next move. As you can see, it's still on the same file as the rook, and we are threatening to check the king and also win the queen in the next move. So if you move the king in f8 or c8, actually it doesn't really matter. We could still play rook e1, and we're just gonna win the queen anyway. If we move the queen f5 probably, then you will see this is just gonna be win for white. Can you see the move? I believe you can see the move, right? Yeah, it's rook e8 checkmate. This is how you win the checkmate, and also win the game with this king's gambit on the trap 1. Okay, we move on to trap 2. Let's get started. Okay, in this 2 trap, we have to sacrifice our knight to win the game. Okay, how this one work? Okay, without further ado, we try e4, e5, and then f4, king's gambit, and in this game, black actually takes the pawn on f4. He accepts our gambit, and we develop the knight by playing f3, and then he defends more on the f4 by playing g5. And then we don't really care about g4, we go for bishop to c4, attacking the pawn on f7 square, and he once more defending by playing h6. And also we try to break the pawn structure by playing h4, and black is kind of panic. Maybe he playing for f6 to defend the pawn on g5. If he takes with this pawn maybe, so after he takes it's no longer discovery, so he could take with the queen. That's how in the black pieces thinking. But we have brilliant sacrifice by playing knight to e5, boom, the first sacrifice. And if black accept the sacrifice, Now we have this really uh, weak white square, as you can see, and we can interrupt that by playing queen to h5. After that, the king has to move, and we'll check again on f7. Black only have one square on d6, and then we check again on d5, and black king only have one square again on e7, and then we finish them off by playing queen e7, queen e5, I mean checkmate, and we're not gonna take the rook, right, because this one is already checkmate. Okay, that's the second part of this King's Gambit trap. Hope you enjoyed this trap. Now we move on move because we're just gonna sacrifice another pieces to win the game, and we say bye bye to the black queen. Okay, how this one is work? We playing same line e4, e5, f4, and then black takes and accept our gambit. King's Gambit accept, and then we play for bishop c4, queen to h5 early, queen to h4 early, and also checking our king to e1. The king has to move, only have two square, f1 or e2. We choose f1 square, it's more safety, and then after that to bishop to c5. The idea is simple, to checkmate in one on f2. Probably, for example, if we play h3, there's just gonna be checkmate in one in a f2 square if we are not really concerned about that. But we're just gonna play d4 to push back the bishop to b6, and we attack the queen and queen move. But in this position, if black play really carelessly by playing to queen to g4, we have some nice tactical idea. Can you see it? Yes, that's really correct. Bishop takes on f7. And why this one is correct? Because after takes, then we have beautiful fork the king and so the queen on e5 square by playing knight to e5, forking the queen and also the king, and after something like king move to e8 maybe we can take with our queen. That's how this one is just gonna work. And if black doesn't really take, if for example play king f8, we could just play for h3 after something like queen move, queen to g3, we could just develop our knight. And as you can see in this position, we are just simply better in terms of developing the pieces and also safety king. That's the third part. Really easy, right? Okay, the last part is just we are gonna win the rook on the move 6. Okay, how this one is gonna work? Okay, let's check it out. e4, e5, f4, and black playing for f6, defending the e5 pawn. We just don't really care about this. We have to take, and after pawn f takes on e5, we have simply brilliant queen move, queen to h5, and after g6 defending the king, we have this triangle by playing queen takes on e5, checking the king, and also forking the rook on the h8 square. And after queen defense, we check, and after something like this one, check. Black has counterattack, but it doesn't really matter. After takes, we could just play for bishop to f3, and we're just gonna simply win the game and also the position in this game. Okay, all video is just gonna cover. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and also don't forget to smash the subscribe button on Samurai Chess. Okay everyone, hope you guys enjoyed, and we are gonna see you on the next video. Bye bye.